Hey you, welcome back. Today I have another very cool game for you and you are going to learn a lot. If you are going to play an attacking chess, don't do that before see this video, because this video is amazing and it will help you to play better chess. Now it's white's turn in this position. You can see the position is really complicated because black is attacking, this knight from d4 is attacking the queen, the c2 pawn, and white have some cards in his zones because this bishop is very strong. He would like to remove this knight somewhere and create a very strong attack. The game played between Paul Morphy and Adolf Andersen in 1858. They played a match together and let's see the beginning of that game. Paul Morphy with white pieces, he started the game with the move e4 very aggressively, and now we have c5, the Sicilian defense, and during that match Morphy managed to win. He won the match by 7 victories. He lost 2 games and they had 2 draws together. So we have knight to f3 very normally. He developing the pieces, knight to c6, d4, try to open up the position. Now we have c takes d4, knight takes d4, and now e6. Now we have e6. We don't know exactly the system because now black didn't decide yet. Maybe he would like to play something like a6, the Taimanov system, but we don't know yet. And now Morphy played this move on knight b5, a very natural move. He is threatening to give a check here on d6, capturing the bishop pair, and black will have some problems then because this bishop is very strong in this pawn structure, because all the pawns are saying, okay, the bishop should go out, right? So black should keep that bishop, and for that reason he played d6. Now Morphy could play here c4. This is the Maroczy bind. The idea behind it is to stop this d5 advancement and try to control the game. It's more positional game from now on, but Morphy played the most tactical, the most aggressive bishop to c4. Now he's attacking on d6. He would like to capture something here on d6 to do something there. So black is forced to play e5, and you can see the pawn structure change again. And now white's aim is to play the Zvesnikov. How to do that? He played bishop to e3, and the normal move here is to play knight to f6. This is the normal move, and now usually white is playing this move bishop to g5, and after a lot of transpositions we can see we have the Zvesnikovs here, the main line of Zvesnikov. But Andersen played another very aggressive move, and he didn't want to face this pin on f6, and for that reason he played the very aggressive move f5. He would like to attack in the center, and of course if white just captures there on f5, then black can immediately develop the bishop. And of course this check on h5, it's nothing, because black can put the pawn on g6 and everything will be okay. So we have f5, and Morphy played a very clever move here. He had foreseen the attack, and he would like to complete his development, and for that reason he played knight 1 to c3. This is a very nice move, very natural move. You can see that white developed 3 pieces already and black only 1, but black is continuing attacking and he played f4. Now I have the first question for you. What are you going to do with white? Because black is attacking, right? It's your turn. What are you going to do? Queen h5 check is not a very good move, because after that black can play g6, and you can see now both of white pieces, queen and bishop, are under attack, so white might lose some material here. For that reason queen h5 is not advisable. Bishop to c1, again, it's not very good because we drop back the bishop. This bishop moved a lot in this diagonal, and this is not good. And after a6, for example, black is forcing the knight to go back, and after knight a3 black can play something like b5. Now he is threatening b4. He can jump on d4 with the knight. This is an accelerated Kalashnikov, the Kalashnikov system, because black didn't play this move, this knight out, so white cannot pin that knight, and black has a lot of tempi up here. The black's position is very nice. It's fantastic here. For that reason Morphy had foreseen here a counter-attacking move, and he played the beautiful move. I hope you had foreseen it, knight to d5. Very nice move, because after f takes e3, now we have knight b to c7. This is a check, and the king has problems now. Queen cannot capture the knight on c7 because the knight is protecting very well. And let me make an error. Okay, if you play here on d7, this is a very bad move, because white can win in the spot. It's white's turn, and he can deliver a checkmate. Believe it or not, in 11 moves, this is a checkmate. The king cannot go anywhere and cannot put any obstacle in white's queen, so this is a checkmate. So the only move is king to f7, and for sure here white should capture, sorry, he played that, he should capture on a8 the rook, and he has material advantage. Now the knight can return on c7 and everything is just fine for white. This is the best move, but okay, Morphy was a very aggressive player and he would like to continue the attack. For that reason he played this aggressive move, queen to f3. This is a check. Knight f6, try to protect the king. And now Morphy continue his attack. How you can continue the attack? You can continue the attack by developing the pieces, and you should develop the pieces as fast as possible. So he played this move, bishop to c4. This is the idea, and now he would like to move the knight, probably to capture on f6 to deliver a check here from the bishop. And now we have knight d4, and we have this complicated position, right? A lot of pieces are hanging, and Morphy here captured f6. This is a very nice move. He captured a piece here. The king cannot recapture the knight because he is under attack, and now black is facing a lot of problems what to do. For example, if he just played king to e7 immediately, then white can return with the knight. This is another check, and after king d7, then we have another check on f7. You can see white is continue attacking here. For example, bishop to e7, f takes e3, try to attack the knight. Of course, black can give this double threat to attack the king and rook, but again we have this king to d2, and after this capture, knight takes a1. Now we can deliver another beautiful checkmate. Black's king is very exposed there, and we can deliver checkmate with a bishop, right? And everything will end now. But during the game he played the only move. King to e7 is not good here. Of course, Anderson and Morphy calculate that, and he played the best move, d5. Now we have bishop takes d5, but unfortunately now Anderson didn't play the best move. What are you going to do here with black? And during that time, in 1858, the defensive techniques wasn't very well developed, and of course players couldn't calculate as good as we can calculate today thanks to the computers, and he didn't play it very accurately here. He played king to g6. This is not a good move. He is losing after that, but the best move was to play king to e7, and for example after queen h5, a very aggressive move. Now white is threatening queen f7 second, queen takes e5. Probably black was scared about that. For example, he cannot just capture on c2 because we have king to d1, try to avoid the checks. Now he's still threatening e5 and a check on f7. For example, after e2 he can capture here, and after that we can capture on e5, bishop e6 for example, and now he can deliver another checkmate. You can see a lot of white pieces are very close to the enemy king, and the king cannot go anywhere, right? This is a checkmate. For that reason, let's move back. Another variation here is to capture the knight. Here, this is a draw actually. Black can achieve the draw because after knight takes a8, now he can deliver this second c2, king e2, and now again the knight can jump forward on d4. And if the king's capture here, then black can play something like bishop to e6, and you can see black is an exchange up, but this knight is doomed in the corner. White cannot continue the attack. He doesn't have any check here on f7, and the position is playable here. And after knight d4 again, because if black is greedy and he just captures the rook, then white can deliver check on f7, king d6, and now this is a beautiful move. Rook to c1, the knight is trapped in the corner, the rook is controlling some squares, the knight can jump back of course, and white have an attack here. It's difficult for black to continue the game because he doesn't have a good development. And let's move forward. You can see the position is complicated. It's not easy to calculate all of these moves, and the last move is this one, g6. This is a losing move, because after that, knight d6 for example, we can capture here, queen d6 maybe to stop the discovered check. the knight doesn't have any good discovered check right now, because the queen on e5 is under attack. So we have the exchanges and knight g5, and white is a piece and pawn up here. So the position is complicated, and I'm not blaming Anderson why he didn't find these moves. He just played king to g6. He is trying to escape, but now we have queen h5, king takes f6, and the position is still complicated. And here it's very easy to go wrong, because if you just give this check on h4, it looks very nice, because you are attacking the king, you're securing the king, and if the king goes away, then you can capture the queen. But the problem is that black has this very nice defensive resource g5, and the queen is under attack. For that reason he cannot play that, and he played another very strong move. He played very calmly f takes e3, attacking the knight is under attack, and most importantly he cleared up the f line, so he can perform the short castle, or he can put the rook on f1, so the king is under heavy pressure here. For example, after knight to c2, king e2, you can see the knight cannot jump back here to give another check, because this square on d4 is protected. And for example, after queen takes c7, maybe we have rook a f1 check, king f7, this is another check, securing the king really this time, because the king is under attack, the king should go away, we can capture here, king can recapture, and we have another finesse, another nice move, rook to c1, attacking and pinning the knight, so the knight cannot do anything at all. This is the game. I hope you enjoyed it. It was complicated for sure. The first critical moment is actually it's here, when Morphy just developed the pieces, and you should do that. You should not afraid opponent threats, but you should move forward your pieces. Knight to c3, and after f4 he jumped forward on d5, try to create this counter attacking idea with knight to c7, and the next critical move is here after bishop to c4. He had foreseen after knight d4 to capture on f6 and continue very strong in the attack. Now after that he has the check, and even after king to g7 the position is very complicated after queen h5, because the f7 square and e5 squares are under attack. I hope you enjoyed that video. It's a very nice attacking game, isn't it? You're very welcome. If you learned something, you're very welcome to click the thumbs up button. Of course, you can write any comment. If you have any questions, I'm happy to reply them. And please don't forget that I'm sharing some cool games here, but I'm sharing more advanced techniques in my mail list, so you're very welcome to join that list, learn more things there. You can find lessons that I'm not sharing with YouTube, not sharing publicly, and you are very welcome to ask anything if you like. Thank you very much, and see you soon.